Good afternoon, Mr. Gutierrez. Today we will be working on Oboe Etudes 2 from 2003, and this is for your upcoming audition that you signed up for. So right before we get to it, let's use STARS. I know we've talked about it in class. So first thing in STARS, it's an acronym, key signature. Do you see any sharps or flats in the key signature?
There are none, but in the music there's a couple.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
And then the T in STARS stands for time. So what's the time signature?
3/4.
Mm-hmm. Any accidentals, sharps or flats that you see? What do you see?
F sharps and D sharps.
Yeah, and you gotta watch out because is that a C or a C sharp?
That's a C.
And then is that a B or a B natural? Or a B natural or a B flat, sorry?
B natural.
Mm-hmm. So are you gonna finger that? How are you gonna finger that?
For the C, it's gonna be this.
Mm-hmm.
And for the B natural, it's this.
Okay, yeah, that's perfect. All right, and then rhythm, but that's pretty straightforward. It's just 1 and 2 and, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see anything challenging in there that might scare you right off the bat?
Maybe this on measure 6 and this one at 12.
Okay, yeah, we'll get to those, but it's just 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, right?
Yeah.
It's just 8 notes. And then any signs, repeats, dynamics, articulations?
There's just some crescendos and decrescendos,
Mm-hmm.
and also a couple of little markings over notes, which I think are like tenuto markings.
Yeah, that's basically what those are. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's exactly what those are, not basically. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and start. Mm-hmm. Let's take it nice and slow. Just for now, we'll play the first line up to right here, up to the say. Alright? So 1 and 2 and ready and go. Okay, yeah, just be careful with right here, this C. You're sounding a little bit bright, and that might be part of the oboe problem, like just because of the horn you're playing on. Just make sure to think that you're really dark. Like, just think dark on that. You know, you catch what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And then make sure that these crescendos are really, really obvious, right? You can't be too obvious. If you're doing too much, I'll tell you.
Okay.
But it's easier to rein you in than to tell you to push more, right? So just let yourself go, all right? Don't get an edgy sound or anything, but just try to do this.
Sure.
And your finger technique is pristine, all right? Keep up that great work.
Okay.
So 1, 2, and ready and go. Stop. All right. Yep. Okay. Just be careful whenever you're doing that, right? Like, you do want to over-exaggerate, but not to the point where the instrument suffers. You always have to keep the airstream consistent. What changes is just like the intensity of it, all right? Let's try it again, but don't think so much of all the technicalities. Just think of, do you like singing? Like, do you sing often? Right. Like, when you sing, whenever you're like singing loudly, do you force yourself?
No.
That's the same principle here. Like, don't force the instrument. Just lean into it and then push back. Like this right here. Lean, push, ba, da, 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 da. Right?
Okay.
But not so much, like, don't lean and push so much that the oboe is like getting pulled apart. Okay? Let's try it. 1, 2, and ready, go. Okay. Yeah, you're still having some technical difficulties. Do you think it's the keys?
I think it's I think I'm backing on my air a little too much.
You're backing a little? Okay. Just let's do this. Play it one time through, like, super loud, right?
Okay.
And then play it one time, like mezzo forte, and then put the dynamics in there.
Okay.
Right. So right now, just play this at forte, not like blatantly loud, but just forte, right?
Sure.
1, 2, ready, and. Okay. Now play it at a comfortable mezzo forte.
Okay.
Alright? And now take that into consideration, like how that felt, and just make it into a fluid transition, right? And try to go a little bit less than mezzo forte, and then make sure you reach that peak, right?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, ready, go. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's keep on going. So let's just I know you can play this. Let's look at this half hole, right? So start at measure 12, and then and right here, right on the A, all right?
Mm-hmm.
No, let's take this a little bit slower. 1, 2, ready, and go, and. Okay, yeah. Do you think you can play it a little bit faster?
Yeah.
Okay. And try to lead into these notes, like 1, 2, 3, but these notes lead into it, all right? And measure 12. 1, 2, ready, go. Stop. Don't hesitate, just play, right? Don't tense up. Right. 1, ready, go. Stop. Okay. Let's take a breath in, and we're gonna tense up as much as possible, and then we're gonna release all of it, right? Tense up, tense up. Release all of it. One more. Ready? In. Tense up. Release all of it. Alright? Now you're nice and loose. Go ahead and put your elbow back in your mouth. Right. Yeah, there you go. Don't put too much weight in there. And 1, 2, measure 12, and go. Okay. Try to pivot your finger, because right now you're lifting a little bit. Just try to move it, like, don't jerk it. Also, because you're a little bit jerky. Just kind of. Here. Just pivot. Alright. So from the A. You see how I'm not lifting it? It's just slight pivot.
Mm-hmm.
You go ahead and try it. 1, ready, and. Yeah, it's really good. Now try to play it from 12 all the way to the A. Right. 1, 2, measure 12, and go. It's pretty good. You got it. You need to iron it out. So that's just some practicing that you need to do. But you're sounding really good on it. Good job, Isaac.